New stimulus checks are being sent right now this week. Be expecting to get a stimulus check, either direct deposit or in your mailbox. And for many of other residents in other states, will your next check be an inflation relief check? Stay tuned to find out. Hey, what is up, YouTube family? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys, appreciate you. That's why we do a ton of giveaways. And if you want to know about stimulus check news, then you've come to the right place, because we have the most up-to-date information right here in this video, guys. So yes, stimulus checks are coming out this week. We're going to get to that detailed information here in a minute. But will your next stimulus check be an inflation relief check? So many people are relying on stimulus checks to help them get through this year, this month, put food on the table, put gas in their car, and yet again, the federal government has not sent out any checks. That is why several states have stepped up to the plate to offer stimulus checks. But what states are actually sending them out? That's why we have all the most up-to-date news right here in this video. If you want to jump in and win some free money, then all you got to do is hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. And we're doing a big giveaway this Saturday, as well as if you join our membership, you get some extra perks like two $25 gift cards to any one of these three restaurants: Olive Garden, Cracker Barrel, or Red Lobster. And guys, chicken parmesan from Olive Garden is so amazing, it will knock your socks off. But yet again, we have so much stimulus news to get into. Let's dive in. Stimulus check update. Will your next check be an inflation relief payment? This just came out today. So many people are looking for a new stimulus check. A new poll shows that the majority of Americans support an inflation relief check. And if you do, let us know by smashing that like button. Man, we should have the most likes on this video. The government might be prompted to act by high prices and widespread concern. Control of Congress after the November 8 election will largely impact the fate of inflation relief payments. Just right around the corner, one of the biggest midterm elections up to history is going to happen, because you have two strong candidates going after the same goal. And yet again, it doesn't look like the Democrats are going to be able to pull this one off, but we'll have to wait and see. So during the heart of the COVID-19 pandemic, Americans received 3 stimulus check deposits. Did you remember that? Well, man, that helped out a ton. It was either sent to your bank account or through mail. These stimulus checks were designed to help keep the economy afloat and enable people to avoid financial disaster, as businesses had to be shut down due to the low spread of the novel coronaviruses. Businesses are now open though, and with most pandemic restrictions lifted, the challenge Americans are now facing comes from high inflation. So because they poured all of this money into the economy, now we have such a high inflation, and it's kind of hurting everybody. It's been the highest it's been in 40 years, and many people are struggling. As a result, demand is high for a 4th stimulus check. Would you agree? But this time for an inflation relief payment instead of a stimulus check. Most Americans support an inflation relief check. According to a recent poll that was conducted, there's a very strong report for an inflation relief payment among eligible voters. In fact, around 63% of who could vote in the U.S. elections indicated they supported the idea of another payment, with 42% saying they strongly agreed that such a check was necessary. And this really goes back to what I said before in my last video. There are some people that do not want a stimulus check, and they feel like they don't need a stimulus check. But I can promise you that there are more people out there that say yes, they need a stimulus check because it would help them out tremendously. So will the government act? In response to high levels of inflation, many individual states have already begun sending out relief payments. But will the demand so high for another check from the federal government. That's what I said in my last video. This assistance is not clearly enough, and eligible voters want Washington to act. Do you want Washington, those in the Biden administration, to send out stimulus checks? Do you want the federal government to send out checks? Let us know down in the comments below. The big question is whether lawmakers will heed to the call, and the answer to that may depend in the part on the outcome on the upcoming election on Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. Control of Congress hangs in the balance of November 8th, as does the fate of inflation relief checks. The Democrats currently have a small majority, but some conservative members of their caucus are not in favor of stimulus checks. If Democrats expand their majority, particularly in the Senate, it's possible that they will listen to the 63% of voters who want another payment and to take action to provide it. If Democrats lose their majority, Republicans are not going to authorize the Biden administration to send out an additional payment despite broad support for one. If you're among the majority hoping for some help, you should check to see what your state is offering and should watch carefully on Tuesday night to see if an inflation relief check is likely to be on the table soon. So this really goes based off the Democrats really winning the majority of the Senate because they're more in favor for it opposed to the Republicans. Now, I know that sounds bad, but I've looked at both sides, and yes, I think they should send out stimulus checks to those people who really need it. Those on low income, fixed income, Social Security, our seniors, those literally on disability, VA. I mean, you guys need the help. And now this check wouldn't be for everybody, and I think that's where they keep missing it. Now, many people don't need a check, but there are several that do need a check, and those are the people that need to get the relief. So moving on, new stimulus check 2022, Massachusetts tax refund money is being sent now. Massachusetts will return nearly $3 billion to eligible taxpayers beginning in November. 500,000 tax refunds will be sent this week. Guys, this information is the most up-to-date. Massachusetts, you've been waiting for it, you've been asking for it, and they are sending them out this week. So let's continue to read. If you've paid personal income taxes in Massachusetts in 2021 and file your Massachusetts tax return by September 15th, 2023, you'll get a percentage of the nearly $3 billion in tax refund stimulus money that Massachusetts is sending out in November. This Massachusetts tax refund for 2022 comes during a recent trend where states that are flush with cash from most post-pandemic budget surpluses are sending state stimulus checks and tax rebates to their residents. So for example, a second round of California stimulus checks payments of up to $1,050 are currently underway. And in Virginia, residents who file their 2021 Virginia tax return by November 1st can receive a Virginia tax stimulus rebate of up to $500. So Massachusetts tax refund 2022. It's important to note that the 2022 tax refund program in Massachusetts is a little bit different than any other state stimulus programs because eligible Massachusetts taxpayers will each receive a different amount of money in their tax refund checks. That's because Massachusetts will mail a check or provide a direct deposit in the amounts to about 14% of each eligible taxpayer's state income liability for the 2021 tax return. So this is something that Massachusetts is doing this week to send out some relief money to their residents. So the big question is, when and how will the Massachusetts tax refunds be sent? So they're saying that if you're eligible, the taxpayers will start to see the tax refund money beginning November 1st. About 500,000 refunds will go out this week, followed by about 1 million refunds each week after until all the excess revenue funds are distributed. And if you filed your Massachusetts tax return by October 17th, you don't need to do anything else to receive the 2022 tax refund. The Massachusetts tax refund will either arrive in a mail check or be sent via direct deposit if the state has your banking information available. Direct deposits will be labeled mass tax RFD, and state officials say that the tax refund payments will continue to be sent on a rolling but random basis through December 15th. So that information is the most up to date for those in Massachusetts. Everyone is pushing for the federal government to send out stimulus checks. Are you one of them? And if you live in Massachusetts, then guys, checks are going out this week of up to $500, which is some very, very exciting news. And guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support and love for this channel. Don't forget about all the giveaways that we're doing. And if you really enjoyed our movie quote, then guys, let us know down in the comments below and we will keep bringing you more movie quotes, just a part of the segment of the show. So guys, I love you. I thank you for all that you do for this channel. Your love and support, you commenting means the world to me. I promise I respect your time. So I want to make sure to comment back. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos to come. And until next time, I'm John Miro. Peace.